Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Trails of Cold Steel Part 70. In the previous video we fought the big bad ghost. We ran into a lot of difficulties at first because the fight's kind of nonsense, but eventually we figured out a way to win by invoking Operation Millium is the new Ghostbuster. Now let's get on a train to head to Garrelia Fortress. Oh boy. We still have a little time before the train leaves. What should we do? It might be best to just wait in the station until the train arrives. Friggin' wait. Yeah, let's go wait inside. We need to buy our tickets for the trip to Garrelia Fortress, too. Hey, you just want to buy me some snacks? Buy your own damn food. Lively as ever, I see. Let's head in, then. You think Milliam gets paid for her work? I mean, I assume no. If Milliam gets paid and I don't, we're gonna beat up Osborne. Now, we might end up doing that regardless, depending on how the story plays out, but, I mean, I doubt we beat him up in this game, but, you know, eventually. Man, that dude is still sitting there. He's been sitting there the entire friggin' game since we came here to go to Celtic the first time. Ooh, I can see the castle for a second there. Wait, it's gone again. Well, the forest is quite dense around here. Still, we saw a lot of weird things in that castle. It was one thing after another from the moment we walked through the door. Oh, what are you looking at me for? Never mind. That was pretty great. Do you have this much fun on all your field studies? No. I just wish it was a little longer. Those 2 days went by so quickly. Well, the field study isn't over. We're on our way to our next location, so don't relax just yet. It looks like I must say farewell to Legram once again for the time being. I wasn't expecting to, but I can't help but feel a little homesick already. I can understand why. It was a really welcoming place. I didn't even get the sense that social classes were keeping people apart. True. It seems like a place that we nobles could learn much from. I'd definitely like to visit again in the future. It would be great to bring Fee and the others next time too. Yeah, you're all more than welcome to in Legram anytime. I can only hope I'll continue to learn and grow between now and when I next return. After leaving Legram, we changed trains at Breyhard Station and rode the Croydon Main Line north, heading toward Celtic. We're heading there. Oh boy. Oh, we just keep on going. They just keep on going, dude. Ah, he's been replaced. It's Baron Poe. I bet you didn't think I'd remember who his name was, or that you know, he's got the same model. All right, let's go over our schedule again. We're currently en route to Celtic. We'll rendezvous with Group B. From there, we'll take the Transcontinental Railroad to Garrelia Fortress on the Empire's eastern border. Garrelia Fortress is one of the Imperial Army's largest strongholds. It's sometimes referred to as the wall that protects the nation from the threat of the Calvin Republic. They don't know, dude. Enjoy it while it lasts. Take a picture. It'll last longer. I've heard it's ludicrously gigantic, almost an icon of military excess. It also houses the 2 railway guns and has a military exercise ground on the premises. Weren't those the weapons that Gwyn said he regretted constructing? Yeah, those 2 massive orbital cannons pointing towards the east at Calvert. Well, more specifically, they're aimed at the buffer zone between us and them, Crossbell State. They are pretty crazy, yeah? It's like you're looking at a mountain of iron. I was pretty overwhelmed when I first saw them. I'm pretty sure Lloyd could deflect them with his tonfas, in all honesty. Like, I'm only saying that half as a joke. You've actually seen the railway guns in person? Yeah, Gramps took Claire, Lecter, and me to see them this one time. These are the mightiest weapons wrought by the hands of man since the Great Collapse. I want you to consider what it means that such weapons have been placed here. Something like that anyway. Consider what it means? He has a flair for the dramatic, I'll give him that. Come to think of it, today's the day, isn't it? The day that the Chancellor is scheduled to depart for Crossbell with Prince Olivert. Guess the trade conference kind of snuck up on us, huh? I think that's where Lecter's going too. I want to go to Crossbell. There's supposed to be this really famous theater group there, and they have a huge theme park, right? and the greatest hero in the world? That's what I've heard, though you probably know more about it than I do. Apparently President Toa is going to be part of the entourage to further her studies. Really? She never fails to impress? I hear she's been getting job offers from a bunch of different companies ready to hire her right after graduation. Well, she does merit the high esteem people lavish on her. She's the pride of the academy. Unlike Reen, Mr. 54th place. So if they're just now leaving, we kind of have to, you know, I'm guessing shit's not gonna pop off just yet. Maybe we get to go to Garrelia for like we have a normal day there before shit goes down. All passengers disembarking here in Celtic, please exit the platform via the bridge. I repeat, do not approach the rope barriers on platform 1. No, you may not look at my eyes. Passengers wishing to travel on the Transcontinental Railroad, please wait on platform 2. Come on, let me go to Crossbow. Garrelia Fortress will be fine. What's going on here? All the security feels kind of ominous. Seems the railway military police is guarding the opposite platform. I wonder if, oh, maybe big red train's coming by?
Well, isn't this quite the coincidence?
Captain Claire!
Quit stalking me.
It's Claire! Did you come to see me?
Just a coincidence, I'm afraid.
I don't believe that for a gosh dang second.
Eisengraf will be passing through here soon, so this station's operating under heightened security.
Okay, that is the big red train?
Oh, right!
Still, I'm happy to see you again. It's been, what, 2 months since I last saw you?
He really is attached to Captain Claire. Yeah, almost like sisters. Hard to believe both of them are Iron Bloods. I took a sip because I thought you were going to keep talking, lady. At any rate, good day, everyone. Let me thank you again for all your help during the recent crisis in Heimdall. Don't worry about it. We simply did our duty as citizens of the Empire. More importantly, what's the meaning of all this extra security? And what is this Eisengraf you mentioned? Shouldn't you know? I mean, that is the big train, right? As an Iron Count, right? You'll certainly see what I mean soon enough. I mean, I thought the train was, like, kind of famous. Maybe it's new, I don't know. A special express train will momentarily be passing by platform 1. The train will be passing through at a high speed, so travelers on the platform are advised to exercise caution. A special express train? It couldn't be. Right on time. Oh, it's rumbling, dude. Oh, it's vrooming. Okay. Reen's got the abilities that Lloyd doesn't have. There's Toa, and there's Prince Olivert. Okay, remember how many people you saw for the pop quiz in a second. It was 3. Oliver, it was Osborne, it was Toa, plus whoever Toa was talking to. Bro, if they lock eyes, oh my god. The fiery passion between Reen and Osborne. Okay, now how many people did you see, Reen? If you don't guess exactly right, your save data will be deleted. So that was the Eisengraf. Come to think of it, I heard rumors of a special Crimson train. It's supposedly reserved for use by members of the Imperial government. I've been on it before, it's really fast. It's pretty fancy inside too. Shut up. The Eisengraf, or the Iron Count in common parlance, was so titled in honor of Chancellor Osborne himself. Well, I do hear him called the Blood and Iron Chancellor all the time, so I can understand the iron part. But isn't the Chancellor a commoner by birth? He is indeed, however, he was granted the title of Count by His Majesty when he was made Chancellor 11 years ago. I'm thinking, like, God, there's no way that that C is Chancellor Osborn. I mean, it doesn't, on one hand, it doesn't make any sense because, you know, that they're in direct opposition to Osborn, but I don't know, man. I can't put it past him. Suppose that would lead the train to being given its name shortly, because I mean, anytime I see anyone with a count or account name, I'm like, you know, I have to be on the lookout, because I feel like that's probably what the C stands for, is count. I mean, it could just be that it's short for someone's actual name, but I don't know. I feel like they're going to be kind of tricky about it. Without he of all people sees any worth in titles or peerage. Yeah? Something bothering your attention seems elsewhere. Still feeling tired after yesterday? No, not really. I just happened to catch a glimpse of Toa and Prince Oliver on the train as I passed by. And then Chancellor Osborn hit me with those fuck me eyes, and I'm feeling really creeped out about it. I'm surprised you could even make them out. You must have hawk's eyes to be able to perceive them when the Eisengraph whooshed by so quickly. No, it's probably just a coincidence. It was more than just a glance, though. I could see them clearly, in detail. What was that just now? Okay, so that was something unusual. Maybe I guess that's like a example of his powers getting stronger or something. Well, as long as you're not feeling unwell. We would like to thank all passengers for their cooperation with today's security measures. Transcontinental Railway service bound for Crossbell State, now arriving on Platform 2. Oh, that's our train. Yeah, looks like we didn't have to wait long after all. I guess it actually is our train, except we're going to Garrelia, but we just don't get to go to Crossbell. I was trying to make a joke about how we're going to go to Crossbell instead of Garrelia, but this actually is our train. Everyone else on their train as well? I can't remember. They went to Economic Zone, right? Which is like far to the west. So they might already be on this train? Yeah, they are. Elisa also wearing the Mark of Shame. Not really on purpose. We just haven't gotten to use her since Chapter 3. Hey, there they are. I mean, we could have used her in the schoolhouse stuff, but I didn't want to. Green, over here. Come on, we haven't got all day. We save you some seats. Well, if you'll excuse us, Captain. See you later, Claire. Of course, have a safe trip, everyone. Whoa, ho, ho, who's the classy looking babe? Ah, should've just stayed on the train. Is it time for you to say ominous shit? We received word from Squad 08. No unusual movements have been detected near the Twin Dragons Bridge. We've also received word from Squad 21. They report all high-speed armored cars are in position. Understood. Remain vigilant until the Eisengraph have finished passing through. Once it reaches Crossbell City, have all squads switch to Phase D. Yes, ma'am. Are you sure the Imperial Liberation Front will show themselves? Also, I just realized, I mean, you are Captain Claire. I didn't really pay attention to your name beforehand. You could also be, C, maybe? Doesn't, I mean, it kind of makes sense, a little bit. I don't know if they're going to be that on the nose about it, though. I see, it sounds like Group A had quite an eventful couple of days, too. Yeah, though I find it hard to believe that you've seen the ghost of Leanne Sandlot. That's ridiculous. You sure we're just hallucinating or something? You can think whatever you like. We totally saw her, I swear! Well, ghosts or not, there was definitely someone there besides us. Anyway, that's enough about ghosts and spirits for the time being. I'm more concerned about the affairs of the living, like where Tobal and the Radiant Blade Master went. It sounds like Duke Kyan is up to something, too. He's not someone we can afford to take lightly. We didn't run anything like that in the Jirai Special Economic Zone. Though, I guess that makes sense, seeing as it's under the direct control of the Imperial government and not a noble. I seem to recall that it was annexed 8 years ago, is that right? Yeah, the Empire stitched on it nice and neat without much opposition. Now it's prospering as a special economic zone on the coast. Seemed like a pretty lively place. And the revenue generated from taxes there goes directly to the Imperial government's coffers. Instead of the pockets of the nobility, it's hardly a mystery why the reformists think so highly of it. Well, that aside, I'm a little concerned about the upcoming trade conference in Carlsbad. It'll be fine. Same goes to the Imperial Liberation Front. They've been awfully quiet since that last show they put on. Now that you mention it, that does seem rather suspicious. Is that related somehow to why we're going to Garrelia Fortress? Well, it's not the main reason, but it's not entirely unrelated. I'll let you look forward to finding out all about it when we get to the fortress itself. Anyway, how many of you have passed through Garrelia Fortress by train before? Put your hand down, Milliam. I see. Just us, huh? Can't wait to see everyone's first reactions. True. Why's that? Well, I've seen it in photographs at least. The camera can't really capture how ridiculous it is. Yup, it's supposed to be this macho gateway to the Empire, but it seems like it's trying way too hard. I can't disagree. What's that supposed to mean? The gateway to the Empire and one of the largest military bases in the country. I look forward to the chance to see it in person then. Once again, take a picture. It'll last longer. Bro, this train is so slow. The Proving Ground? I don't want to go to the Proving Ground, dude. Haven't I proven ourselves enough? Train carrying Class 7 continued its ride on the transcontinental line, heading towards the east. Come on, just let me go to Crossbow. They passed through the Twin Dragon Bridge, our Croydon Provincial Army base, and several stations later, it was finally time to pass through Garrelia Fortress, which loomed large on the border with Crossbow State. Ministry of Railways wishes to thank all passengers for their patronage. The next stop is Garrelia Fortress. Garrelia Fortress. I don't know why we said it twice. The train will stop for 5 minutes. Please be aware that only authorized personnel may disembark at this station. Please be advised that all orbital photography, my plan, is strictly prohibited within the fortress and is punishable by Imperial law. Any attempted unauthorized recording may result in the confiscation of your equipment or detention by the authorities. It's also a capital crime, so immediate execution. Wow, that was kind of pretty severe for a train announcement. Well, we are passing through a military facility. I don't think they're being unreasonable. Do you really think that's the issue here? I'm not sure that having one of the first-thing foreign visitors here gives a very good impression of the country. Oh, we're finally here. What in Adios' name is that? I mean, it's the fortress, you know? I mean, it definitely looks a bit bigger. Granted, we've never really seen the fortress, we've just seen the, the part that has the cannons. The scale is just... This is Garrelia Fortress? The entire place is built from iron and concrete. Just how much money has the army dumped into building all this? Yeah, that was about as entertaining as I'd hoped. Not that I'm surprised. I thought the same thing when I first saw it. From the crossbow side, all you can see is a cliff, though. Yeah, but those two railway guns still poke out through it. Hey, instructor. What did you bring us out here to show us? What else? We're here so you can see the true essence of what makes an army. What comprises the military strength and forms its foundation. And what other place in the Empire has that on display as clearly as here? I don't think it has anime friendship, to be honest, which we all know is the most powerful force in the universe. Who are they? Engineers and tradesmen mostly. You'll see a lot of them around here. Keeping a fortress this size up and running is a full-time job for more than just the military's people. So it seems. It's almost like its own town here. That still sounds like a phone. Like somebody pick up the damn phone. On the other side of the fortress, it's more or less a straight shot to Crossville City, right? To think that such a bustling center of trade is so close to a massive military facility like this. Yeah, Crossville City is only about 30 minutes away by train. On the top of the fortress, you can see the skyscraper where the trade conference is going to take place.
I see you've arrived.
Is that Nightheart? Yeah, it is Nightheart. I was like, I recognize the voice, but it took me a second.
Oh,
Instructor Neidhart!
Good morning, Major Neidhart. Instructor Valestein of Thor's Military Academy, homeroom teacher for Class 7.
Oh, Nightheart is totally getting off to this.
Reporting the arrival of myself and all students in my care.
Acknowledging your arrival at 11:30 hours. Welcome to Garrelia Fortress.
He's memorizing this for the rest
In
of
addition to my
time.
teaching duties at the Academy, I hold the rank of Major in the Imperial Army's 4th Armored Division.
So, brag about it.
I'll be acting as your guide, as well as your instructor for special lectures during your time here at the fortress.
Now, when you say special lectures, could you define that?
Now, if you'll follow me.
Because I have a feeling it's going to be, hey, fight this monster. Do we get to switch our squad up at least? I wouldn't mind using Elisa again. We haven't used her in so long. Including today, you have 2 days remaining in this month's field study. However, we won't be assigning you any tasks during that time. Instead, you'll be participating in a series of special lectures and a field trip. Ooh, field trip. A field trip here. What exactly does that entail, instructor? Death. At 1400 hours today, a joint military exercise will be taking place at Garrelia's Proving Ground. Oh, God. The 4th and 5th Armored Divisions will both be participating, and you'll be observing it. Observing? I want to friggin' kick their ass. We're gonna watch a military exercise? The 4th Armored Division, huh? The 4th Armored Division is led by none other than Elliot's dad, Lieutenant General Olaf Craig. By all accounts, it's one of the strongest armored divisions in the Imperial Army. And did you know our friend the Major here is the most promising young member? It's true. But moving on. As I said, you'll not only be observing this exercise, you'll only be observing this exercise, not actively participating. I imagine that some of you feeling relieved, doesn't it? It does sound like a pretty easy assignment after all. But we're here to see how many of you feel the same after experiencing it for yourselves. That's all from me. It's currently 11:50 hours. Lunch has been prepared for you in the mess hall. I advise you all to eat. Your field trip isn't something to be undertaken on an empty stomach. Bro, what the fuck is this? So, this food. I mean, the apple slices look okay. You have salty corned beef, and I'm thinking I'm getting a hint of peas from this soup. What kind of peas do those have you ever seen, lady? You can use this bread as a lethal projectile. I do think it wouldn't hurt to have used a few more herbs or flavors in general. Calling this edible be generous. I've heard plenty of rumors of the food they serve in the Imperial Army, but I wouldn't have guessed they'd all be true. Huh, I didn't think the food they served in the mess hall at Zinder Gate was all that bad, though. No, I don't think it would kill them to serve a little more appetizing. Yeah, this is how you know our entire squad is full of rich kids that never went to public school. This is the exact same thing they served when I came here with my class last year. Probably from the same batch, too, by the look of it. Really brings back memories. I was pretty surprised the first time my dad brought me here to eat, too. You guys really think it's that bad? It really brings back memories for me, too. At least there's some cheese and an apple. Yeah, see? Fee knows what she's talking about. You can't fuck up an apple. I mean, you can, but, the food served in the army makes use of common ingredients that are easy to preserve and store. The ingredients used to make all the food in your trays can be easily stockpiled in large quantities. So even if war were to break out, a meal like this could still be served without any trouble. Oh, so that explains it. I see. The Army serves simple foods all the time to avoid the decrease in morale from wartime rationing. Well, not all the time. Sometimes I get to eat good shit because I'm a major. Fuck all you guys, though. However, one can think of this food as a philosophical statement from the continent's strongest army, in a sense that it suggests that soldiers should live and work each day as though a war effort depends on them. Bro, you guys, like, only ever invade. Like, come on. Erebonia only ever has to be at war if it wants to be at war. Every day? So they should be just as tense during times of peace as during times of war? Well, it's a bit too much mind over matter idealism for my taste, but it's worth being aware of. And to throw a different perspective in the mix, the food the Provincial Army serve is actually pretty good. Good enough that you can't help but wonder how they'd cope if an actual war were to ever break out. Well, it's not like serving good food means you have a crappy army. Yeah, exactly. I hear our neighbor Librel serves up some pretty tasty food for their army. Librel's army is fairly elite. Probably because the threat of being neighbors to the Empire keeps them tense. I feel a little conflicted hearing you say that. Are we the baddies? Well, these things are all about finding a good balance. Variety is the spice of life, you know? And if you eat nothing but dull, bland food all the time, well, you know what they say. You are what you eat. I could do with a few of your pithy remarks on my diet, Instructor Valentine. Anyways, you heard there's going to be a military exercise at the Proving Ground at 2 in the afternoon today. It's 12:30 right now, so you have an hour to do whatever you like. They'll make an announcement half an hour before, so be sure to listen for it and do whatever it tells you. Understood? Even if it asks for your social security number, hand it right over. And when you say whatever we like, does that mean we can tour the fortress? Of course, you're welcome to roam around as long as you don't poke your nose into any restricted areas. So go ahead and explore, there's plenty worth seeing here, like the command center. Though if you're feeling a little tired from your field study so far, you're welcome to rest in your rooms. It would be a shame to waste such a valuable opportunity. That's how you know Makis is a frickin' nerd. I suppose I should at least get a general overview of the fortress. Eustace also a nerd. I'm gonna pause for a second and I will be right back. Alright, we're back. What were we doing? Oh yeah, we're just talking to people? I had to go turn the air conditioning on because it would not turn on for some reason. It's been weird for like, I don't know, 6 months now where it works and everything. It just, the detection on when to kick on is a little off, and if I didn't turn it on, I was maybe going to die mid-recording because it is, at least 90 degrees outside. How hot is it? It's 91 degrees. So not too bad, but, still kind of awful. The Fandas are a military family entrusted with the protection of the Imperial family. They're also famous for their house's style of swordsmanship. A few of them serve in the Imperial Army, actually. You've got Lieutenant General Vander from the 3rd Armored Division, and then there's apparently another Vander in the 7th. You should ask Major Neidhart for more. I heard those two were classmates. Give me your recipe. What? Did you come back to complain about the food some more? That was just a welcome meal of sorts. It's not like we serve food like that every day of the week. Just, 6 days out of 7. On the 7th day, we don't serve shit. But on the other day, we serve the Army's famous hash beef rice. It's really good, you know? Gives the soldiers something to look forward to. Give me the recipe? Yo, dog, give me the recipe? There are thousands of soldiers stationed here in Garrelia Fortress. That means it can get awfully crowded here in the mess hall, so we do everything in shifts. Though you inevitably get people coming in late, so we never really have much in the way of downtime. The whole squad's gone, dude. These days I find myself looking forward to mealtime so I can read letters from my family while I eat. It sure ain't the food that puts a smile on my face, that's for sure. I don't think I could keep this slop down if I didn't have these letters take my mind off of it. Let me read your letter. Yeah, we got a lot of different places to go. Is it finally time for us to get a class tank? At the very least, like, give one to Machias so we can call it in for his S-Break. Now think about it, have we never used... I don't think we've ever used Machias' S-Break, even after he learned it. I don't think we have. Maybe I could be swayed to use Machias next time we have an opportunity, at least for a little bit. Seems like this is the hangar for tanks and armored cars. It's kind of staggering to see so many of them lined up in one place. Lunch is waiting for me after this. I can hear it calling my name. Just gotta keep it up a bit longer. We spent the whole night fitting these tanks with C units for today's military exercise. Can you believe it? They've been at this all night without so much as a minute of shut-eye. Once this is done, I'm gonna sleep like no one's ever slept before. These new armored cars are state-of-the-art technology, but they're practically toys compared to the, you know I can't say that word, tanks. You'll see what I mean soon enough. Bro, it's so big. This is the first hangar where we keep our tanks. Every soldier in the 5th Armored Division knows to back and front. Make sure to take a good look around. What are you guys doing? I'm not looking forward to this. You've never seen any military exercises before, right, Reen? Yeah, so this will be my first time. I take it you have then? Yeah, my dad showed me one the last time he brought me out here. He really does want me to join the military, but I really don't think I'll ever be suited for it the way he is. I get where you're coming from. The more I hear about his dad, the more curious I get. I'm not entirely sure how to feel seeing so many of these tanks lined up like this. The Rhineford Company makes these, don't they? Unfortunately so. I'm sure they'll be using them for this military exercise too. As far as I can tell, they'll be pitted against the older automated models. That sounds pretty brutal. The older tanks don't stand a chance. Well, that is kind of the point. They want to show off just how easily they can dominate them. Well, you don't get the chance to go eyes on with stuff like this every day. I'll take the opportunity to see for myself just how confident they are. That's just like her. My daughter's turning 3 soon. Don't worry, Dad'll be home soon. He just needs to survive his overtime. The legendary Craig the Red will be overseeing our military exercise today. He's the man every soldier should aspire to be, a strong fighter and brilliant tactician rolled into one. You can just feel the excitement in the air. I ain't impressed. They're like fussy little babies. If fussy little babies could fire armor-piercing rounds anyway. Sounds familiar. The older engineers seem really worn out. I'm new here myself, but it sounds like it's always like this when they have to prep for military exercises. Bro, you hiding? What the hell are you doing over here? This here is called the Orbital Net. We got it hooked up after the Rhineford Company asked us to test it out. Gotta say, it's pretty darn impressive. You can pretty much access it whenever you want. You can give way more specific orders than you can on the phone. To be honest, overtime would be a huge nightmare for it for this. I mean, dude, all the fucking porn I can find. All kinds of crazy shit, man. There should be some sort of rule to define how you can find anything you want. Whoa. It do be kind of large. I can't believe the size of this place. Oh, given that uniform, you used to be one of the students from Thor's. Feel free to look around all you like, but try and stay out of our way. We're all incredibly busy at the moment. All this standing's not gonna, finish itself. So if you don't mind, I'd like you to ask you to make your way to the corridor over there instead of hanging around here. Understood. Thank you very much. Might as well head over there. Might as well beat your ass. Don't tell me what to do. I'm gonna hit you with a gale. You won't even know what frickin' hit you, dude. Oh yeah, you're one of those students from Thor's, aren't you? Don't wander off on your own or anything. Security's on high alert because of the trade conference. We're working some pretty rough shifts already, so we don't need you causing us any extra trouble. Seriously, I mean, like, this standing here. No one man could accomplish it as well as I can. It's very important that I not move a muscle. The fate of Erebonia depends on it. This fortress is the very definition of oversized, and that's ignoring the excessive display of military power. I imagine that the prostrate is meant to show the Croydon Provincial Army that they could crush them on a whim. I forgot that this place probably means to you what this place probably means to you and your family, I suppose. I don't agree with my father's actions. I can't say I'm comfortable with this fortress's presence either. In fact, I find it hard to believe that anyone could sleep peacefully near a fortress like this. Gaius, are you okay? I'm just kind of shocked by how different the atmosphere here is from Zinder Gate. Well, it is a major military base right on the border of Crossbell. I never imagined it'd be quite this big, though. This place is such a departure from Zinder Gate that I can hardly believe this is the same military. Although perhaps this is true, the true face of the Imperial Army. Milliam, don't run from me. I guess you can't see it from here after all. You'll be able to see it from where the railway guns are, but they'll be get mad if I get close to them. I'm guessing he wants to see the tower? What are you up to now, Milliam? You know, that huge Orpheus tower where they're holding the trade conference. It doesn't look good yet, okay? It's still got a tarp on it. Well, maybe by now the tarp's gone. I'm trying to get a good view of that, because it was like right after everyone arrives, they get rid of the tarp. Oh yeah, they mentioned it in the Imperial Chronicle on the radio. Can you actually see it from all the way over here? That'd be incredible. Would I ever lie to you? Yes. Well, I wish I could have gone with Gramps instead of being stuck here on some stupid field study. I thought you had fun, asshole. Why'd you join Class 7 then? Speaking of which, they're going to be holding the keynote session there tomorrow. I wonder what they're all talking about during it. Most people are thinking it's just so they can decide on finance rules and stuff for Western Zemuria, but I think it's really going to end up being about who Crossbow belongs to. Knowing Gramps, he might even try to get Crossbow to become part of Erebonia. Seriously? The prince is going to be there too, so he'll probably try and shake everybody up a bit. Unbelievable. Poe was there too, though, so here's hoping things go well. They're fine. Once again, they attack them with like 12 guys, okay? Or I think it's 16, but, not really in very much danger. What's with that kid? I know we'd be getting visitors from doors, but they're older than that, right? How'd you even get in here? God only knows. Because every anime game needs a 12-year-old, okay? I'm sorry, it's just, those are the rules of the medium. You just gotta hope that, you know, they don't sexualize the kid. That's all you can hope for. You can't hope that there won't be a 12-year-old, you just gotta hope, they're not annoying. The train schedules have all been changed up while the trade conference is going on. It's supposed to be a special security set measure. But really all it's done is put us on edge. Ah, here's container 32A. Geez, why can't they ever deliver these things on time? 32A? Guess you're a visitor, try not to wander off anywhere that's off limits. Things are pretty crazy right now. Ain't a soldier in here that wouldn't leap at a chance for a full night's rest. Huh? Where did this container come from? I'm really ordering it. Well, that's fucking ominous. Can I whack it open? Past noon already? No wonder I'm starving. That military exercise has really upped our workload. I just want to get this over with and grab a bite to eat. Oh well, nothing worth investigating. Not like we're on high security or nothing. Can we talk to that guy? Can I activate the telephone? Yeah, so this is the... We did everything in here, right? In the garage? Yeah. Garrelia Fortress is the eastern cornerstone of the Empire in both size and strategic importance. In addition to all the guardsmen assigned to the fortress, the 5th Armored Division is stationed here as well. If you go by the sheer number of soldiers, Garrelia is easily the Empire's largest military base. Having that kind of power and display will make Calvert think twice for messing with us. Yeah, Erebonia, gosh, poor oppressed nation. Oh, everyone's always picking on us. Shut up. Today's military exercise is a big one. They're pulling out all the stops today. The guys who are already actually participating already left a while ago, though. What do you think of Garrelia? Interested in working here after you graduate? I admit the food's pretty awful, but other than that, it's not a bad place to work. Absolutely not. Okay, that's where we came from. Ooh, flight port. Let me go on a ship to Crossbell. Looks like this is the fortress's airport. There might come a day when I find myself in a military airship. Hopefully not. You'll find Garrelia Canyon to the east, and Crossbell lies beyond it. They're currently in the middle of some international conference over there. Now here's the question, is the fort named after the canyon or vice versa? I mean, probably the fort's named after the canyon, but I would assume the canyon's been here longer. Right, that should do it. Normally I'd tell you how powerful these things are, but you're about to see it for yourself. You're not get too close to the airships. How else am I gonna fly on it? We're about to head out for our military exercise. They say the 4th Armored Division is the strongest unit in the Imperial Army. And I'm looking forward to this. Crazy, it really is night and day. Yeah, it's hard to imagine two places more diametrically opposed. What's wrong, you two? No, we're just talking about how different this place is to Jirai. Jirai was super lively, but this place? I think Crow's having withdrawals, knowing that he's somewhere without easy access to a casino at all times. You guys got a casino? All I got was made feel bad for my gender. I can imagine. It seems like everyone's talking about Jirai these days, though. Was it really that amazing? It was. I didn't know what to expect, but the recent annexation by Erebonia, I wouldn't know what to expect with the recent annexation, but everything looked fine to me. It has offices, an entertainment district, and all the people I saw were thoroughly enjoying themselves. I'd go as far as to say that they're happy to be under the Imperial government's control. Yeah, keep telling yourself that. I don't know if I'd go that far. Oh? A little bird told me Chancellor Osborne was the one behind the annexation in the first place. He also told me they used some pretty forceful tactics to get them to agree. And of course, most of their tax money takes a brand new detour straight into the Imperial government's pockets. I wouldn't be surprised if he made the annexation happen just to fatten his pocketbook. But paying taxes is a citizen's duty. It's only natural they do so now that they're under Erebonia's protection, right? I mean, yes, but no. Sounds like this is a pretty complicated issue. It depends on, you know, A, what the taxes are collected for, B, what the citizens get out of the taxes, and C, how much they're taxed. Sure, I heard the claims of Chancellor Osborne's main priority is Erebonian territorial expansion. Am I being too hard-headed? I mean, at least Machias is, you know... I mean, it definitely makes sense, him being completely, supportive of Osborne. Or maybe not completely, but, you know. Obviously, the relationship with his dad, Osborne, you know, has done some good stuff, at least in Heimdall. Now, whether or not, you know, that good is going to outweigh the potential bad he could do once he gets full control, if he gets full control. Well, I guess we kind of know he gets full control at the, end of the Civil War, or... You can... It's implied that he gets full control. Are you taking a rest, Emma? I just take a short walk around, but everything about this fortress is so imposing. It made me feel a little faint. I feel you there. Looking at Emma now, it's hard to believe she's the same person who almost single-handedly guided us through that castle. Green? Never mind. But there is one thing that's been bugging me lately, ever since we arrived on Legram. I feel like just out of the corner of my eye, I catch glimpses of this small black shadow following us. But ever since we got to the fortress, I haven't seen it. Really? Maybe you were possessed by something. Possessed? Yikes, that's kind of an unsettling thought. It is, isn't it? Yeah, I'm glad I told her to go back when we reach Celtic. Hey. Trying to think, where else is there? Have we gone to the central freight platform? I don't know. We talked to you. Oh wait, did we? Yeah. What did he say? Nothing? Oh yeah, Tova gave me a call about having a Legram. So you had a mechanical monster show up outside the city limits? Yeah, Tova looked pretty concerned when we first mentioned it to him too. Do you know anything about them? Well, I'm no stranger to the group that makes them. Think about the name Ouroboros. Oh, they finally said it, dude. They're a secret society of sorts that acts in the shadows all across the continent. A secret society? We don't know how many members there are, but what they're capable of, honestly. We don't know much about them at all. But what we do know is they have access to technology more advanced than the most cutting-edge research institutes. And they've been behind several crises that have threatened to shake the foundations of entire nation-states. And these are the people who made those monsters? If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I find it hard to swallow, but there's no denying what we saw out there. Well, you don't need to come to grips with it just yet. We can call the mechanical monsters, like the ones you fought, archisms. And lately it seems like an awful lot of them have made their way onto the black market. There's been one sighting after another these days, all over the Empire and beyond. Wow, that's, heavy. Does that mean there's a chance they might be plotting something here in Erebonia? Of course not! What? Just in your opinion, I mean? Well, that's the tricky thing about them. It doesn't necessarily mean that at all. There have been cases where we know they put archisms out in the wild purely to test their abilities, for example. Still, it's something to keep in the back of your mind, at least. Alright, I'll be sure to let the others know, too. Honestly, as if we don't have enough to worry about with the terrorists out there and these two factions that out each other's throats, she's just plain innocent, too, even though I try to press her about it. Who do you mean? Just talking to myself. Anyway, just you focus on your field study right now. Between this fortress and the training exercise you'll be observing this afternoon, we'll have a front row seat to see what the military is all about. Understood, instructor. Hey. What's up? Welcome to Garrelia Fortress. You and your classmates from Thor's Military Academy have been granted permission to explore the fortress. As long as you don't stray outside permitted areas, you're free to go wherever you like. Well, that actually doesn't mean we're free to go wherever we like, considering there's places we can't go. The corridor on the right leads to the right wing of the fortress. Left, you'll find the guest rooms and the briefing room. I thought he was going to say at least the left wing, and I was going to say, duh. The staircase over there leads to the command center, but you haven't been granted permission to go inside. That's just how it is. I'm afraid maybe they'll decide to show you around there later. Hey there, take care of resupplying soldiers' personal equipment. I got permission to sell to you, so if there's anything you need, just let me know. Got anything new? Probably not, since it's the same chapter. Yeah, can we look at everyone's slots now? No. We'll talk to you guys in a second. That's Major Neidhart of the 4th Armored Division, huh? In his time serving under Lieutenant General Craig. I hear he's coming to be considered one of the Army's top 2 most promising young officers, and he's actually pretty handsome, if I say so myself. I bet anything he flies up the ranks. Is that what's valued in the Erebonian Army? They're like, you gotta eat slop in order to make you a tough man, but if you're pretty, fucking general in no time. You've only been granted permission to explore certain parts of the left wing. Everywhere else is off limits. If it's any consultation, there's not too much worth seeing in the right wing, so to be honest, it's mostly just storage rooms. I don't believe you for a frickin' second, man. Come on, jump on the train. Jump on the train, Reen. Get the crossbow. Actually, I think that's going the wrong direction. Oh, there's a chest down there. Bro, how do I get it? You haven't been granted permission to enter the command center. I'll need you to ask you to leave. I'll need to ask you to fuck off. So you're the students who have come to tour the fortress. I'm hitting the button. There we go. Yes, sir, he's wearing an officer's uniform. I wonder if he's... controller? We having a problem? We about to fight? Okay. This is Lieutenant General Walter, Commander of Garrelia Fortress. He also serves as the Division Commander for the 5th Armored Division, which is stationed here. I apologize for not greeting you sooner, sir. Thank you for granting us the opportunity to tour the fortress. It really is an honor. Well, at least you aren't lacking in manners, hardly built like a soldier, though. I'll beat your ass. I have my doubts that you'd be able to endure the military's training regimen with a physique like that. You're sure you're training them properly, Major? My apologies, sir. Well, I hear the Academy has a former bracer as the combat instructor. They really don't see scraping the bottom. I heard of the purple lighting before, but a bracer is still a bracer. How many times have regular Erebonian soldiers saved the world? And how many times have bracers saved the world? Just wondering what the answer is. Leading such an important role in the hands of a civilian is ridiculous. The famous Thor isn't what it used to be. Well, no surprises here. It's like he fills in every box on the checklist for stereotypical Imperial Army soldier. Anyway, as Fortress Commander, allow me to welcome you to Garrelia. Keep in mind that we're constantly on alert for potential threats from the east. I have no problem with your class conducting your field study here, but it's see that you don't get in my way. Of course, sir. Very well. I'll take my leave here, as I have business to attend to. I've got a large stick to stick up my ass. He's certainly strict. Well, he is responsible for keeping one of the Empire's most vital defensive fortifications running smoothly. Is it really that vital, though? Is it really, though? Considering the ongoing tension between the Empire and the Republic, you should be grateful he allowed you to come at all. I won't forget it. Now I'm afraid I must excuse myself as well. You're welcome to tour the rest of the fortress, but don't try to enter the command center. Of course. Good luck with your work, instructor. I'll see you later then. They seem really busy. Maybe I should look somewhere else. Okay, I think we're done then? We'll talk to you and, progress things? The soldiers here seem pretty well trained. Game? Please, sir? My controller? I think the game crashed? Wait, no? I don't know what the issue is. I don't know if it's on the game. I think it's on my controller, but the game is also acting weird. Like you'd expect from the Empire's biggest fortress. You need to put in some serious prep time if you want to topple it. Fee, I'm not sure that's something you should say within the earshot of the soldiers. Old habits die hard. I haven't heard about the fortress of my father, but seeing it in person really drives home its incredible scale. Oh yeah, your father helps train the Imperial Army in swordsmanship, doesn't he? I can see why he's so busy if he's all going around training all the soldiers in places this massive. Indeed, I feel like the reality is finally seeking in for me as well. I have no idea how his teachings are actually being applied, though. Perhaps we'll have the opportunity to find out during today's military training exercise. I look forward to it. I guess once we, like, transition, it'll rock a cutscene? No? Have we forgot to go somewhere? Wait, did we go out here? Yeah, we did. Did we go to the freight platform? I thought we did. How do I get to the other side, dude? I won't forget the chest. Oh, there we go. I guess we had to leave and enter the command area. This bulletin is to inform all Thor students that preparation for today's military exercise are now complete. Please assemble in the hangar immediately. Your transport is standing by. I repeat. That's Instructor Neidhart. That time must have passed more quickly than I thought. I suppose I should start by making my way towards the hangar. Maybe I'll run into the others on my way. We boarded the armored cars and set off towards the proving grounds. They got a little zip to them. The inside of the armored cars was narrow and cramped. The smell of machine oil hung in the musty air. The cars shook and rattled over the uneven ground, tumbling us around like an iron coffin on wheels. Eventually, after enduring 10 minutes of jaw-rattling travel, unable to even peek outside of the scenery, we finally arrived at Garrelia Fortress's military proving grounds. And we're back where the game basically started. Wow, main battle tanks. There are plenty of older model tanks out there too. It even looks like they have airships. Oh yeah, like the ones you saw in Nord. Welcome. Is it the Olaf time? So that's Elliot's dad. I don't see the family resemblance. Looks like the hair made the jump from father to son though. Reporting, Lieutenant General. Very good, Neidhart. And Instructor Valstein, I believe, pleased to meet you. It's an honor to make your acquaintance, Lieutenant General Craig. Allow me to extend my deepest thanks for agreeing to cooperate with us on the Academy's curriculum today. Think nothing of it. Many of these fine youngsters may one day hold positions in the Imperial Army after all. Besides, I owe a lot to old General Van Dyke. Ah, these must be What a piercing stare. We could take him. So this is Craig the Red. Elliot, my boy, it's so good to see you again. Huh? Okay, so he is a nice guy. I wondered. I didn't know if they were going to go, because there's like two ways this character could have gone, right? Either he's extremely strict, or he's actually very loving, but he kind of has a narrow-minded approach to what he wants Elliot to do, and it seems like they're going for the latter, which is definitely more interesting. It must be half a year now since I last saw you. How have you been? That's a sharp-looking uniform you've got too. I've seen the photos, but it looks even better on you in person. Dad, come on. You've still got a long way to go if you want to put on some real muscle. There's a part of me that hopes you'll stay my little cherub forever. But you're a man of Erebony, and the men of Empire must be strong, stout, and ready for action. It was for your own good as a man that I held back tears and enrolled you in the military academy. Dad, I can't breathe. I feel like everything I've been told about him was a lie. There do seem to be some differences from the stories. You're kidding me, seems like a cool guy. What a delightfully commanding officer you have, Major. Words fail me. Dad, knock it off. I'll tell Fiona. Moving right along. Okay, I do like Olaf. I was a little worried they were gonna go for he's like a very strict military guy, but I like this a lot more. I'm Lieutenant General Olaf Craig, commander of the Imperial Army's 4th Armored Division. I've been entrusted with the role of overseeing today's joint military exercise. Pleased to make your acquaintance. So it's more that he's just kind of misguided and kind of has this narrow ideal of what, you know, Elliot should do with his life compared to he's like actually just an asshole. Which I think is way more interesting. But likewise, sir. It's a pleasure, sir. You got one heck of a dad, Elliot. Believe me, I feel it in the bones. Now, let me give you a brief rundown of what will be happening. The exercise will consist of a simulated battle conducted by 2 of our armored divisions. Armored regiments at the formation center, infantry, armored tanks, and airships will work in tandem by using their maneuverability to the fullest to obliterate the targets. As our targets today, we've been using previous model tanks that have been decommissioned from service. Autopilot functionality will allow them to evade and return fire, but they've only been armed with paint bullets. However, all the regiments taking part in today's exercise have been equipped with live ammunition. Do you intend to actually destroy the other tanks? It would hardly be a live fire exercise if we didn't, and plus, how else are we going to justify our incredible military budget if we don't destroy some of the previous year's merchandise? The current time is 1400 hours, right on schedule. We'll now begin today's joint military exercise. Armored Divisions 4 and 5 commence combat operations. Glory to the Empire and the Imperial Army. Begin! 5th Armored Division, Armored Regiment will advance first. Armored Car Regiment and Infantry Regiment will follow their lead. 4th Armored Division, Armored Regiment and Infantry Regiment advance together. Armored Car Regiment deployed to the left and right. Oh, you've been painted. Get painted, nerd. As you can see, it's desperately important that we increase your tax rate by another 10% because, well, we need to buy more tanks to blow up for no reason whatsoever. Wow. It's certainly potent. So this is the kind of firepower it takes to fight a modern war. You said those tanks are called, I don't know how to say the word. Laura, that's Laura doesn't know. I know how to say the word, but Laura doesn't know, so I can't say it. It would break the continuity of the lore. Yeah, they're a type of main battle tank the Reinford Company developed 2 years ago. I've seen their spec sheets, but seeing their power firsthand tells you what numbers and decimal points don't. That might be the strongest heavy tanks on the continent. And the Imperial Army's got a couple hundred of those in the wings, huh? That's kind of crazy. You try fighting things like these. You try fighting things like these head on, you won't stand a chance. You know. I think you greatly underestimate the strength of Tomfo Clock. And that's as true for our own nation as it is for others. I just can't get used to this. Just the sound the artillery fires is enough to make me start shaking. I don't think that's something you should get used to, I mean. If the sounds of guns in warfare ever stop bothering you, I'd be worried. Clean. Oh god, he's gonna wig out. I guess this is another kind of strength. Thus, the military exercise came to an end. Could have at least let us have one of the tanks. The 4th Armored Division, led by Lieutenant General Craig, withdrew to an encampment near the fortress. Meanwhile, we returned to the fortress, where Major Neidhart outlined the results of the training exercise. After that, so tomorrow's the day it pops off. I think we'll go ahead and call it here. Next time we will get ready for the promised day. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye guys.